Scorpios, how about a little reading from your metal dog today? It's been a little while, and I thought I'd check in with what's going on in Scorpio land, according to the cards. Okay. We'll do a real nice 4-card release, embrace, hidden influences, and future possibilities reading here. And then we'll clarify with a second deck. All right, we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot today. So you're being told to release the Queen of Swords, the Air Queen. She's thought of as cold, as able to cut people out of her life. We have been in a phase, according to astrologers, where it was time to cut people who were no longer jiving with our life path or whatever, however you want to see it. And so perhaps this card is telling us that that time has come to an end. We have started a new astrological year. We're being told to embrace the Alpha, the Emperor, the structural Mars here, Aries, the decisiveness. So, and I actually see this as like, I release this gesture to her, sort of a thoughtful gesture. So he brings in confidence. He's got the chess piece in his hand. It's a bishop. He's going. So there's that connects him for me to structures like church and state. Not the easiest card for me to embrace, but let's see what the cards tell us further ahead. Mars is the planet that rules, is one of the planets of Scorpio. Pluto is the other. So let's see here. Hidden from you and what you might want to become aware of is that there is a new truth, an Ace of Swords. Something coming in, something out there for us to know as Scorpios. We'll find out more. And finally, the future outcome is a 7 of Swords. This is a person sneaking away. This is a card of leaving. I mean, I'm getting this as somebody leaving in the night. And there's this raven here who is talking about it. So this raven might be you, Scorpio, speaking up and telling your truth. We'll see. We shall see as we clarify. It could be either a character, or this could be somebody else in your life. Interesting. Always the underlying energy here is that of the devil. So this looks like a reading that is about addressing addiction, addressing codependence, addressing some idea of a lack of self-worth. You can see that this person is a puppet on the string of this very sexy devil. So who's your sexy devil, Scorpio? That is what you are going to get to face here in this reading. All right. I think the deck that I'm going to use to clarify is the Klimt deck. And we have my dog. Least favorite dogs are going by. Hang on. All right. That was quite a controversy going by our house here. So there's some really unliked dogs that walk by. And frankly, those dogs are assholes. They bark at my dog viciously. And their humans never do anything about it. So part of living in a neighborhood during Corona is, different ideas about how much dogs should and should not bark in your neighborhood. So trying to just roll with it and find humans endearing. Okay, so we're going to clarify the release here. As we're moving on from a Queen of Swords. So let's find out a little bit more. What's the story there? Okay, we have a Four of Wands, which is a card of stability, of really joyful friendship, love. It can be a card of soulmates. Here it's depicted as a mother and child. So perhaps you're, as a Scorpio, you're leaving a stage of your life, coming to terms with that. We can see the Queen of Swords is looking ahead to the future and coming to terms perhaps with a change. Sometimes your kids grow up and go to college, or there could be a person in your life who is a mother. But there is like a very stable, dependable, love-based soulmate relationship in your life that is a part of your release. This comes with a great deal of resistance. Seven of Wands is a card of resistance. You can see that you are battling with that sword. The Queen of Swords here is what he has, the sword. He is battling his monster, the Minotaur, in this image. I love that. They're very different representations of both cards in this deck. But the Seven of Wands is about resistance, some kind of struggle. And then you have another Wands. You have the King of Wands. So this is a fixed Leo energy, perhaps. Yeah, kind of much like the Emperor is an alpha male, a fiery king, very decisive. Even though I like in this deck, this is a queenie king, if you ask me. Sometimes I think it's a queen. So, but the kings are, whatever. Gender and tarot. Switch energies up as you will. Okay, well, I still don't know what's happening, but I will, so bear with me. Let's look at this Emperor. Your embrace. Is this really powerful person or sense of purpose? Very clear, structural. You're to embrace this. Let's find out. When you do tarot, you encounter your prejudices, and my prejudice is rebellion, not structure. Okay, so we have an awakening to the truth here. This is also your future. The Seven of Swords. This is the same card that we get in your future. And I love this Seven of Swords. It's a card of secrets. I like this person. I think of her lying at a slumber party, unable to sleep, something on her mind. So if I put this into an embrace story, to me this is, coming to consciousness, moving out of omission or secrecy, dishonesty, into telling the truth. And when it sits under the Emperor, I think this is about knowing who you are, about authenticity, about being comfortable with who you are. There's the King of Swords here, the King of Truth, Air King, Philosopher King, I think of him. So there is definitely some truth that is being faced. As you know, there's a hidden influence of a new truth coming in, a new idea, new philosophy. What else? And the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card about this is a job-related reading at this moment, because this is a work card. We can see that this couple is pregnant. Eight of Pentacles is often about putting in the work, learning a new skill, very, very 3D, making things in the three-dimensional world. These people are making a baby. There's a sense of wisdom here that you're coming to terms with, and it's interesting because coming to term, when you're pregnant, you come to term. There's three terms in pregnancy, but coming to full term. And in this deck, the World, which is about endings, is another red-haired pregnant woman standing on her own. Yeah. I feel like you're coming to terms with who you are, with your authentic truth. And you have come here from really being in relationship in the Four of Wands, that, in a relationship that is centered around others, that you have experienced a great deal of resistance to changing your mind about that. But at the end of this process, you and the Queen of Swords are sitting in your passionate certainty, in your alpha sensibility of, this is how it needs to be. And then we move into embracing that with your Emperor. The Emperor is grounded in truth, in his self-knowledge, but is still, it looks to me, you are still, Scorpio, coming to terms with what your truth is. Like, I almost feel like this is about, who am I? This is a who am I reading. Remember, we have the devil underlying this. This guy will get in the way of you knowing who you are. Codependence with, even just like a parental over association with your child, with family, with others. Four of Wands is very much about making a world with others. And then we see this very solitary battle with your personal demon, with your devil here in the Seven of Wands. Lots of royalty here, kings, emperors, queens. You are mature in this process. You are ready to face these truths. You are sitting with your Mars energy. So here's this truth. So maybe we can find out a little bit about what you know, what you've come to know in that night, that slumber party night when you can't sleep and your eyes are wide open. What is she realizing? What's keeping her awake? What does this King of Swords know? What is he coming to terms with? Or what is she? What are you? So the first card we get under the hidden influence is the Slowpoke Beautiful Knight of Pentacles. The A student, the planner. He's got all, he's your Mr. Dependable. Slow. He's gonna make a plan and he's gonna do it step by step by step. What else? A Ten of Pentacles. This is a very 3D reading, Scorpio. It's very much about wealth, abundance, the process of achieving that is slow. It's slow going. Like, I think of my sister who's studying, taking all these exams for her new career, actually. And here we get the Queen of Wands. This is another fiery energy, passion. This looks good. This looks like, you're putting the work in and you are finding your passion, and it's slow going, but it's definitely where your passion lies. And that's the promise of our release, that there will be certainty. You'll be grounded in your passion. You will be a king, an emperor. So that wasn't at all, like, to me, it wasn't a truth that's hard to come to terms with or hard to know, but maybe, because you're dealing with insecurities of some kind, with the devil in play here, you just need to know that you have a plan. It's going to bring you into abundance, and this is actually a passion. I love the Queen of Wands. She can be a bit of a drama queen. So if you're struggling with embracing that you are the shit. You are the emperor. You are the biggest guy in the whole tarot deck, in the minor arcana. To just know this. Don't be a drama queen. Don't be all freaking out. That may be the truth that you need to. It's keeping you up at night. Like, like I think of this, like, what is he having trouble letting go? He's thinking a lot, this here feller. He's thinking about work. Okay, so let's see. The future for you, my friend. 7 of Swords, Scorpio. Not a great future, I have to tell you, but maybe upon clarification, we'll understand what that may be. There is a Knave of Swords. This is the Watcher, the little talkity, got lots of ideas. Newcomer, a young energy here. Also, much of the mind in this. Not in bad ways, but there's a lot here about truth, about ideology, about philosophy. An Ace of Cups, a new emotional beginning. Wonderful. So you feel young. You feel new, young. All this new knowledge. You're putting the work in with your 8 of Pentacles. So this is you in the future. And you are also the Queen of Cups. So this is a good representation of you, Scorpio, being able to be like, this is one of the suits in the deck that is wealthy. It's the elite. I see success all over this reading. And I think that when I see the future, what I see is, with the Knave of Swords, I see that you are this crow, and you are now able to speak openly about what you formerly were not able to be honest about. And that takes us back to some of the messages of knowing yourself, your truth, your authenticity. Now that something's changed, and you're facing this change, some stable situation, you're leaving it. It took a lot of fight to leave it, but you're in your power. And so I feel like this is very much a journey of knowing yourself in this new world. It feels like you're young, but you're totally the emperor, the queen, the king. You've got your feelings here. You've got your feelings are your cups. You've got your wands, your passion. You've got all this stable, all these pentacles, all this 3D practical stuff. And you're learning. Yeah, I see you gaining new insights all over this reading. And it feels like you're opening up in a way that you couldn't before, right? This is a new beginning. It's emotionally, intellectually fulfilling, and it is abundant. Yeah. Nice. So the devil's bugging you. That's why so there's a 5 of Swords underlying here. This is how you're feeling as you go through this transformative process of facing this vulnerability, which is the devil. I don't even have to say anything. Look at, that's a vulnerable position. The 5 of Swords is a card of self-harm, of I got somewhere, but I don't feel that great about how I got here. So there's something that you need to come to terms with, Scorpio, about your process, that you've been this, and now you're able to open up here about what that is. I wish I could find out more about that. I do have lots of decks here. Yeah, but I think this is a pretty simple, clear reading about some kind of change in your life. It's very three-dimensional. You're going to kick ass at it. You're great at it. You feel new, but it is also a passion. It is a new passion. It's causing you to face something else that's much more philosophical or spiritual about who you are and about what your truth is, and coming from your authenticity. And then we get into cups in the future here of a new emotional beginning, and a new, like the Queen of Cups is very much a queen that talks about what she feels. She's receptive, but she's also open, and that's what I see. Why I see you here, opening up about whatever it is that that you have been, you were previously keeping yourself. And what's coming through for me in the reading is that you were keeping yourself to yourself. And I also see very clearly that there's some intense drama feelings here. There's not any, like, other than the Seven of Swords, there's no Nine of Swords, there's no painful cards here. It's really kind of a fun reading for you, Scorpio. Definitely a change, and definitely not fun to deal with your devil. But you are such the emperor, you are such the queen, such the king. It's hard to imagine that this devil is going to be able to really stay around very long, making you feel like this, like you're naked and you don't know what the heck. You're just the boss here. Literally, the emperor is the boss. So, cool. Let me know what this says to you. I have no personal connection to this story at all. I'm like looking forward to summer vacation and not thinking about work very much at all. So this is for you, Scorpio, and I hope you enjoy.